Across the entire United States, people are growing increasingly concerned about the level of violence we see every day. What's most alarming is that the level of violence we see exacted against our innocent children in our schools. Over the past several years, we've witnessed armed violent attacks in our elementary schools or high schools, as well as in our institutions of higher learning. And it seems like after each of these events, we ask ourselves, how could this happen? What could we have done to make our schools safer? But at the end of the day, our schools just don't have the money to institute all of the physical safeguards required to be completely safe. And after all, we can't turn our schools into high-security prisons either.
You know, the dilemma is that we need to upgrade our mass notification systems to take advantage of newer technologies. But we can't afford the huge expense of a complete rebuild of facility infrastructures. I'm Clay Stalka.
And I'm Neil Weber, and we're coming to you today directly from Starin's Winterfest in New Buffalo, Michigan. Oh, yeah. As you can see, there's still some people around. So today we're going to show you how you can make it possible for schools and universities to successfully provide safer campuses by utilizing the existing IP infrastructure and by incorporating mass notification, intercom, paging, and electronic messaging all in a single comprehensive system. So Clay, didn't the Department of Homeland Security roll out a program that addresses this need?
Yeah, Neil, they did. The Interoperable Response and Preparedness Platform, or IRAP as they call it, was enacted by Congress back in 2012. This enables many different types of organizations to securely share their communication resources with anyone else on the platform, irrespective of location, entity type, or network being utilized. When eventually instituted now, the nation will have largely put the issue of interoperable communications behind it.
So how does this plan affect a decision to adopt a unified notification system?
Well, it'll allow schools, institutions, and businesses to be directly connected to a first responder network that can substantially reduce the response time in the case of some kind of crisis.
Well, this all sounds awfully complicated.
Well, the government infrastructure part, yeah, probably it is, Neil.
Right.
But the part that you put into a school, into a business or an institution, not so much. You see, thanks to IP convergence that we've all been experiencing lately, it all hangs right on the existing IP network. You know, it's just another SIP endpoint, just like the VoIP phone system, access control system, or video surveillance system, just to name a few. Now, as a matter of fact, they can all work together over the network when utilized with a central communication software like Informacast.
Now that really makes a lot of sense.
Well, we're talking about notification and communication here today. So let's focus directly on that. Now here you can see a diagram of a typical converged IP paging and notification system. Of course, you'll have an IP phone system. And what we're adding to that on the network are self-contained SIP endpoints that provide two-way intercom, paging, visual and audible alerting, synchronized clock with bell scheduling, and digital message board. All with no head end, no servers, no proprietary connectivity, and most of all, Neil, no hardware interface to learn or maintain. It all ties together with the phones and the access controls through any selected PC right over the network.
Okay, so there's no head end, there's no server. How in the world can that be?
Well, that's right, Neil. You don't even need power. You can just add a Cat5 cable and an IP address. Each system is powered by PoE, or Power over Ethernet, and becomes an extension right on your phone system. You can call in or out of a room without the use of a phone. The clock never needs setting because it's synchronized to atomic time. And messaging and notifications can be visual, audible, or both. And they can be grouped in zones right in software without the need to ever touch the device once it's installed. And it can even provide sound masking for privacy in environments where that's needed. Each device has GPIO as well. So things like electronic door locks can be initiated by phone, or of course they can be scheduled.
Okay, so does it come with centralized control software?
Well, it does, Neil. The included clockwise software that you see here provides everything you need for operating as a standalone system. The interface is simple and easy to understand, while it allows you to manage scheduling and provide intercom and paging right from the PC desktop.
So how does it integrate into larger scale installations?
Well, while a standalone system works absolutely fine, we really need to get our heads around this inclusive communications concept. This is what we all have to stay focused on. Again, this is where a single solution will provide interoperability across multiple formerly independent platforms. So, as you can see from this chart, no matter what the situation, whatever the message, and regardless of who might need to initiate the action, everyone who needs to know can be immediately notified through any of the current notification methods, anywhere, anytime, and to anyone.
Now, in addition to the popular single wire Informacast software, we also seamlessly integrate into most of the other mainstream software packages like you see here. We do that to provide complete system unification. This assures complete and total interoperability also across communications platforms, and it makes us ready for integration into statewide and nationwide emergency notification infrastructure as that finally becomes available. And now, we'd like to introduce you to advanced network devices.
Now, A&D, as we affectionately call them, has a very, very interesting history. They were founded back in 2004 by Brian Donahoe as Digital Design Corporation based in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Now, Brian and his engineering staff might be best known for their creation of the products used by the U.S. military to provide those stunning video images of smart bombs flying into terrorist hideouts. So the next time you see video from a military UAV, you know who you're dealing with.
That's right, and being an innovator as he is, Brian parlayed his developments on the military side into a phenomenal IP notification system that has and continues to blow away the competition.
Do we have any aerial footage of the competition being blown away?
I'd like to see that. That'd be very funny.
So here's where we take you through the lineup.
Hey, slow down there, Hotfoot. I have something to add about A&D that everybody needs to know.
All right, then, go ahead.
Okay, so there's several key points about our offering that really sets A&D apart from all the other similar systems available. And it's important to know them because you may be asked by your customers. So, number one, A&D devices are powered over Ethernet, so there's never any need for power cords. And we also support all the major third-party VoIP systems, so there's full interoperability with most everything. Number two, we use extremely low latency voice amplification, making A&D perfect for paging, alerts, and voice messaging, as well as things like background music and even sound masking. And three, A&D displays are multicolor and display up to 3 lines of text, so we support scrolling text, graphics, even RSS, Twitter, and stock feeds. Number four, our time is based on NTP atomic time, so the clocks never have to be set or synchronized. 5, A&D offers plenty more peripheral support than any other alternate out there, including support for call buttons, motion sensors, and door lock and access control sensors. And 6, we're designed and manufactured and supported here in the USA, so it's easy to get behind. Plus, our Clockwise software is always free with system purchases.
Well, I'm glad you stopped me there, Neil, because that's very important to know.
That's right. Free software is always important. But I also have another very important announcement to make, too.
Okay.
So this is the time of year where schools and universities make their purchasing decision on capital improvement projects, right? Everybody knows that. And in addition to having better notification systems, it's also important to remember that classroom communication is important, too.
So MyPro has come up with an affordable wireless classroom voice lift system that'll satisfy the needs of teachers and students alike. The ACT-101 is a half-rack-sized single-channel diversity voice lift system that plays perfectly right into the classroom environment.
This thing is so cool. The microphone can be handheld or worn with the included lanyard as a body mic, and it even has a 3.5 millimeter jack on it, so you can play back audio from external devices like MP3 players, smartphones, or CD players. And with the MP101 ACT desk charger, the mic will never need to be left without power. It'll last 24 hours on a single charge as it is. Plus, like the other MyPro voice lift products, the mic can be used going from room to room without any setting changes in the mic or the receiver.
Now, the unbalanced output has an adjustable output level, so it can interface directly into virtually any classroom sound system, including these mass notification systems we're discussing here today. And with the ACT-101i, you can extend the power off-on control range in cases where the receiver is located in locked, shielded, or even unfriendly RF environments.
So when you're in the process of providing notification systems for each classroom, make sure you also include the ACT-101 system from MyPro to make it a complete classroom system. So, Clay, why don't you give us an overview of how we configure a notification system?
Well, we have an exceptionally simple way of doing this, rather than manually selecting the product SKUs and the part numbers.
Lord Almighty, I almost forgot all about that.
Remember, Neil, no religion or politics here.
Yeah, right, I forgot.
So, you just go to the Advanced Network Devices portal on Starin's website and click on the IP paging and display estimator. Now here you'll fill out the project details and contact information. Then you just scroll down to select the number of rooms and, of course, the product style for each of the rooms, which we'll go over here in just a minute. Now, you can clearly see the various product choices for in-room devices. So next, scroll down to define the length and the ceiling height of the hallways and the corridors. Now you can see that by hovering over the information icon, you can learn about the detail that you need. Then continue to scroll down where you can select what you'll be needing in any of the common areas. And once again, you can clearly see the product choices, and here you'll decide whether you need hallway and corridor displays, or instead just need audio paging and notification for either suspended ceilings or finished ceilings. Then you'll choose whether you need any outdoor paging, and you might want to add cafeteria or gymnasium packages to the job. Then when you're all done, click on the Submit button there, and you'll receive a complete bill of materials and a price quote.
That's all there is to it?
Yep, that's it.
Man, that's awesome. So take us through the different products so we understand what they are.
Will do, Neil. So first, we have the display devices. They'll all display up to 3 lines of text. And as you can see, they can display graphics as well. Now here we have our large signboard display, which at just over 4 feet long is perfect for larger spaces. And here we have the more traditional IP speakers with full display, which are available with or without flashers and either in surface mount or flush mount designs. Now here we have our IP speakers. You got to remember that these IP speakers have the amplifier built in. They're powered over Ethernet, and they're available in surface mount, flush mount, or even drop-in designs for suspended ceiling grids. Now they all have built-in microphones for two-way communications, and you might note that the IPS WS-SM-O down there in the lower left carries a weather-resistant IP54 rating even for outdoor applications. Now we also offer several IP zone controllers that will allow you to use existing distributed sound systems and to interface with access control products like motion detectors and door lock and unlock controls. We also have strobes. These important alert devices can be a deal maker when you're talking about life safety. Now, the IP strobe here is another SIP endpoint that just connects to the network. Because the IP strobe requires a little bit more power, it'll need PoE plus on the network connection. Plus, the strobe kit allows you to alternately connect a strobe to just about every AND device right through a GPIO port. And we have all the accessories you'll need to complete even the most complex of projects. So if you have specific needs, just give us a call and we'll get you the right solution.
You know, that wooden frame looks really nice around one of the clock displays, doesn't it?
It can make all the difference in the world, Neil, in a boardroom or a meeting area.
Yeah, it takes away that kind of institutional look.
It does. So this is how the whole thing comes together insofar as AND is concerned.
And please remember that when incorporated into an IP phone and network access and security system, utilizing one of the third-party software packages allows the entire physical plant to work together and to be monitored and controlled through the phone interface.
Now, if your customer uses Cisco IP phones, which it seems like the majority of places are these days, then the software you want to recommend that they buy is Informacast from SingleWire.
So, whether it's corporate, healthcare, K through 12, athletic facilities, or higher education, life safety is more important today than ever before.
And communications interoperability is the mandate of the future.
Perhaps you and I can have a mandate someday, Clay. And that's why those that really want to make a difference choose advanced network devices available from your most trusted supplier, your friends here at Steren.
Now, I know we like to have some fun around here, but man, this really is important stuff for the safety of our communities, Neil. So let's give away a $50 gift card for one of our lucky partners who joined us here today.
You know, we're up here in New Buffalo, Michigan. Of course, it's beautiful, but it's also Michigan in the wintertime, and we're freezing our butts off. And I'm thinking back to when I first learned how to surf, and I was in Maui. So it's coincident that Barry Sato from Hawaii, congratulations to you. You're our winner. Thanks for joining us again at an AV Meetup Coffee Break.
So please tell all your friends and coworkers to join us again in 2 weeks at this same time, because you might be the next $50 gift card winner.
That's correct. Thanks, and congratulations again, Barry. And thanks to everybody for giving us your 20 minutes today to learn about how we can create opportunities for safer schools by utilizing our AVoverIP knowledge to recommend IP notification, paging, intercom, and messaging in a single system from advanced network devices. And remember, the configuration is so easy, as Clay showed you with the with the Steren IP paging and display estimator.
And please join us again on Friday, January the 27th, when we'll reveal some of our new directions for 2017 and introduce you to several ways that Steren can help you grow your business in many new ways this new year. And please remember, you can always go to our website to watch all of our AV Meetup sessions on demand.
For more information, to set up a demo, or to dive deeper into A&D products with a personalized online workshop, please contact your Steren Business Development Manager directly, or you can always email us here at myteam@steren.biz.
And if you'd like to help configure an advanced network devices system for one of your opportunities, our A&D Market Development Manager, Bobby Swartz, will be glad to help you out. So give him a call or just drop him an email.
Hey, our time's up, and we do promise to address your questions and interests directly, and it might even be Clay that responds with your answer in person. So we're going to see you again on Friday, January 27th to learn how you and your company can make significant growth strides with Steren on your side. Have a great weekend, everybody.
So long, everyone.